he's a competitor and wants to fight. So, you know, it's been a tough one for him, but he's there. Listen, we all turn 40. It happens to the best of us, so...
Dana, I know from the fans and the comments we get here, everyone was hoping that Chuck would call it time before he went out with a whimper as opposed to a bang. So much affection for him. Are we going to see him indicted into the UFC Hall of Fame then?
Absolutely. And the thing is, you know what? I think he went out with a bang because the reality is I wanted him to retire after the Rashad Evans fight. He flew out here to Vegas, sat down with me and said, listen, I'm going to focus. I'm going to get back and start training hard. You're going to see the old me. Give me this shot, and I'm going to go for a run at the title again. He did everything that he said he would do. You know, he got back in. He started training. He trained with the American top team for this fight to mix up his training. And he came out gunslinging. That thing lasted one round, but you know what? It was one round. The way that fight went down is the reason why Chuck Liddell is the most famous mixed martial artist in the world and why everybody loves him. He went out gunslinging and went out the way that he wanted to go out. And the fans went crazy that night and loved the fight. Obviously, everybody was sad to see him lose, but he went out the way he wanted to go out.
Dana, let's just briefly talk about Tough 9, Great Britain against the USA, Masterstroke. It's proved really, really popular over here. How's the series being received over in the States?
It's kicking butt over here, too. It's a great season. And listen, one of the things about The Ultimate Fighter, obviously living inside the house and all the training that goes on, and you get to learn about the guys' personalities. But at the end of the day, we're all fight fans. And what we want to see is great fights. And let me tell you what, the Brits brought it. I'm so blown away and so impressed by how fast the market has grown over in the UK. And when I bought this company, you know, the three no-brainers for me were the United States, Mexico, and the UK, because all three of those countries are big fight countries, and, you know, tough guys come out of all these countries. And the UK has grown so fast. From when we first went over there in 2002 or 2003, there was nobody over there really doing mixed martial arts. There wasn't any real talent over there. There's so much talent coming out of there, and these Brits are gritty and tough, and they came to kick some American ass, man. I loved it. I loved the guys that came over to compete from Britain, and they really represent this thing. It's a great season.
Dana, listen, it's great to have you on. We're running out of time today. Before we let you go, we're running a competition right now. We're asking viewers for their fantasy fights. Any fighter, any weight, any time in history. If you could make one fight, Dana, who would it be? One viewer even suggested maybe you and Joe Rogan would fancy it.
God, there's, you know, obviously the BJ Penn GSP fight that we made was a fight that everybody wanted to see and that I wanted to see. GSP versus Anderson Silva. I'd like to see Anderson Silva fight Rampage Jackson. There's so many great fights. The crazy thing is when you sit there and you talk about, if you could make any dream fight in the world, you know, what would it be? You want to know what the reality is, guys? I can, I do, and I will make these dream fights.
Well, Dana, listen, thank you very, very much for joining us tonight. A pleasure, as always.
Thank you. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it.
Top man, Dana White. Thank you very much. So,
guys, you heard it there. Chuck Liddell, that's it. The last time we'll see him in the octagon. Gareth has been a stalwart saying he's got to finish now, he's got to finish now. Yeah. That's it. What do you make of it?
Yeah, big day in UFC history, that. I was expecting the decision, but I wasn't expecting Dana to announce it there. I mean, Chuck is, as he said, an absolute icon for the UFC down the years. You think back to the Randy Couture series that he had, the Babalu fight, the Tito Ortiz. You can go on and on with Chuck. Just an absolute legend. Right time to retire, definitely.
You know, it's awfully sad, you know. And again, he didn't look so bad against Rashad until he got caught. I don't think he looked terrible, you know, the other night, to be honest.
I thought for the first time, the Evans fight, I think you're right. I didn't think he looked too bad. The Shogun fight, I just, as soon as he was in there, I wanted him out of there. You could see what was going to happen as far as I was concerned.
Well, you heard it here first. Dana White confirming that Chuck Liddell will not be going back into the octagon. That's it for his UFC career. A great, great name, though. And as a result of that, we didn't have time to mention that Ben is top of the tipping table, but I'm sure the others won't mind that we ran out of time for that.
Never mind, Ben. We'll have plenty of time to do it next week. But we'll be back.
Do it when Gareth said.
Same time, same place. We'll see you again for more Ultimate Talk next Thursday. So, bye-bye.